And we are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is the second match of the day. It is Lions versus the Bulls, the big Yuxke derby, this time at Ellis Park. Get your score predictions down in the comments right now. Kickoff was in 3 minutes. We're going to go through the team lineups in just a little bit, just busy sharing the links and everything, getting that all sorted. Once that's done, then we'll go through all the lineups and stuff like that. Oh, Rich. Are you actually cheersing, or are you just sending a beer emoji? Because I'm already 1 beer down, and by the time I get there later, I plan on being a few more beers down. So I'm hoping that it's not just a keyboard warrior drinker. I hope there is actually a beer open. So cheers. Right. I think all the links and stuff are there. Please do smash like on the video. Let's try and get as many people as we can into the comments, into the stream, into anything really, I suppose. Right, so if we're looking at the two sides, we'll start with the Lions, who are at home today, and largely unchanged by an injury enforced change. So if we look at the teams, here we go, let's try and get them up. Right, here we go. So for the home side, just one change to the starting 15. So EW for Unit continues. I thought he was very good in the attack last weekend. I thought could use a bit of improvement on the defense. Rose McClanahan scored a very nice shot last weekend. Him and Cornels Kassan are the two wings. We've got Wandisile Similani and Burger Undal at the centers. They got Wandisile Similani much more involved last weekend, and they need to do that again today. Jordan Hendrickson, man of the match on full debut last week. He gets another start next to Andre Warner, who was much, much better. Len Massane comes in for the injured Frankie Horn. Vincent Tutuka, Menjay Pulser complete that loose trio. Reynard Northnachel, Ruben Skuman are the two locks today. Carlos Sadi, Jakob Asaki, and Steve Satole continue in the front row. Very good scrum battle they had against the Stormers, and will be targeting that area against two Springboks. PJ Buerta, Ruan Drea, Asanate, and Klabakanya. Willem Alberts, Emmanuel Tutuka, the brother of Vincent, Morne van den Berg, Fred Zeilinger, and then coming in place for Dan Creel is Manuel Russ, who hasn't played yet this tournament, so interested to see how he gets on. Usually plays in the centers. I really like him. I think he's a very good player, and yeah, let's see how he gets on today. And for the away side for the Bulls, as Dwayne Vermeulen gets ready to lead them out, a couple of changes. First of all, David Creel keeps his spot, as does Matosh Tamwe. But we've got a new wing in today. James Verity Am will start in the number 11 jersey. Marco Janssen from Furen and Cornel Hendricks are the two centers. Chris Smith gets a start today. No more Nestade. He has been rested as part of the protocols with the Springboks. So Ambrose Pierre has a new halfback combination. Dwayne Vermeulen will captain the side. Albert Lowe, he was so impressive. He comes in at number 7. Marco van Staden starts again. The two locks of Ruan Nokia and Walt Steenkamp continue, and then here are the big powerhouse changes. Trevor Nyakane and Lizo Goboka come into the starting lineup. Johan Kovalov continues. He's been very impressive at hooker. On the bench, we've got Skulk Erasmus. We've got Gerard Steenkamp, and we've got Morne Smith, who will be quite interesting to see how the two reserve benches go against each other. Then Janko Swanepoel and Dizam Clark cover the rest of the scrum. Zach Berger is on the bench, as it's Clinton Swart who gets a chance this weekend. Shavina Jacobs will have a run out on the bench. Usually starts, getting a bit of time off there. As the Lions take the field, let me know what your score predictions are. Your last opportunity really to get them in. We are just a few minutes away from kickoff as Burger Undal leads the side out. Michael Roos says, thanks for this. It's an absolute pleasure. Scott Graham, hello Scott. Welcome back to all the people who usually hang out. I'm always great to have some regulars. Hello Stephen, I do think the SA teams will be in the European Challenge Cup. I hope so. I really do hope so. I'm very interested to see what happens there. Rich is having a beer, so appreciate you. And Yeah, so I mean, I'd like to see him in the competition. You know, watching Montpellier last night. I mean, it pretty much was an SA team, wasn't it? Winning the Challenge Cup last night. Made some big contributions actually, especially with like the Bismarck, Duplessis, Kobus Renoch, Andre Pollard off the bench. Some nice contributions from them. But yeah, I mean, we went to Europe so we could play against the best in Europe, not so we could just play against the best in Scotland, Ireland, Italy, and Wales. AJ Jacobs is the man in the middle. He is assisted by Amy Barrett-Turon and Ashley Murray Pretorius. And so a bit confused. I thought Ashley Murray Pretorius was the one who was with the Sharks versus Stormers game. So unless she managed to pop a quick flight in half an hour. Right, so here we go. What will the game plan be for the Lions? They were so much better last weekend when they tried to run with the ball and try to sort of go back to their roots as they get kickoff going. The Lions playing right to left, so the Bulls will have a little bit of sun in their eyes. Going for Muir under the ball there, makes a good catch as you'd expect him to. Studio Gaming says Lions for the upset. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I'm backing my boys to try and do something a bit special here. And the Bulls find touch early there. So Zach Berger's actually starting that. I didn't actually notice that. He's coming and starting today. We'll try and find out what's going on because he's trying to get all the other stuff done. Missed that. So Zach Berger is starting today. So no Imbros for Pierre. So an early lineup cheer for the Lions. They need to make sure their lineup operates because that Bulls lineup is very, very good. They go towards the back. And it lands on MJ Pulser, but it is a skew throw. So an early mistake from Jakub Asaki, and we will have our first scrum of the match. Playing against his old side is Jakub Asaki, so hopefully a nice big game from him. Ron Michael Rui says Lions 24, Bulls 38, so you're predicting a reasonably high-scoring game there. Right, so here we go. A big moment in the game, and hopefully a nice solid platform for both sides. Right, so we've got a Springbok front row up against Tisotoli and Carlo Sardi, who... Tisotoli, I think, has been very improved. I think Carlo Sardi, we know, is very good at the scrums. So this should be quite an interesting moment. A good hit. The big hit. That's a big effort from the Lions, who are coming through with quite a lot of pressure. Going up, so we're going to have another reset scrum. But there we go. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. An early reset already. I really don't enjoy reset scrums. Like my worst part of it all. But hopefully not too many today. We should have fairly less than what's happening in Durban. There were terrible conditions there. So I kind of understand why they were struggling with scrum time. Much better conditions over here. It should be nice and hard underfoot. It's supposed to be a record overnight low tonight in Gauteng. So it could be a bit cold later on. But hopefully that should mean some nice conditions for some running rugby. The time is off for another reset. Scott Graham is saying... Do remember the teams in the European Challenge Cup are in the Gallagher English Premiership and the French Top 14 as well. The SA teams will be still able to pick teams in the European Challenge Cup. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope that we do, that there is sort of a concession made that the SA teams can be in there so that we can start playing against those sides. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to get into all the different competitions and to try and really kind of embed ourselves within Europe, but it'll take a bit of time. I, for one, am willing to be patient. Hopefully, a couple of other people are. Right, so third time is the charm here. Again, a very big shove there coming from Lizo Gqoboka, but it's a Lions penalty. So an early victory there. Carlos Sardi was under a bit of pressure. It was a good hit there from the Lions, but then a lot of pressure coming in from Lizo Gqoboka, but I think he was supposed to be scrumming in, is the call. So a big penalty from the Lions, and this is what I'm saying. You know, this Lions scrum, I think it's a bit underrated at the moment. They outperformed themselves last weekend, and they can keep doing that as Jordan Hendrickson finds touch. Then suddenly they've got given themselves a chance. Right, it's an early chance on the Lions. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Come and score nice early points here. actually start well and not chase the game for a change. First things first, we've got to take the line out. And I think the fact that we went to the back made the line, won the line out there. Jordan Hendricks with a bit of pace. Burger Oendal on the inside ball. He's made some good yards. Nice run from him. Not a great ball, but well picked up from Jordan Hendricks. He maintains a bit of pressure. He keeps the ball. Ruben Skuman falls in at scrum half. A horrible ball to Vincent Tuka, but he doesn't mind. He'll carry that up. Nice strong carry from him. I think him and Alwork Low are future box. I think those two are the big, exciting players to watch in the loose trios today. Henderson now asking Roman Simonlani to find a gap for, I think it was, not sure who the carry is, but the Lions have got an advantage here. Good contest there, so we go back for the penalty. This is a good start for the Lions. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Let's try to do something special, shall we? High tackle. I think it was on Burger Oendal, so it's a nice start here. And we're going to go for the Lions again. So the Lions, we're not here to take 3 points. We're not here to take 3 points. We're going to take all 5. Not sure that's the right decision, to be honest. But hey, I like the confidence. I like the confidence. It's Vincent Tuka. Yeah, it's Steenkamp who goes high there. Got to get low. There was no attempt to go low at all, so you can't really try and justify that either. Sometimes you do kind of hit the eye and then go up. Dan PSP objective, pal. No, this is a fan channel. This is, if you want an objective, then tune in for the Super Sport. But this is the fan channel. The whole point is that we all have our side. So objectiveness comes with the Sharks and the Stormers. But today I'm unashamedly rooting for the Lions here. I'll still acknowledge good play, but all I'm saying is the Lions are currently dominating that maul. Come on. You know what the problem is? It's just not going to be authentic. You know, if I'm being paid to be objective, then sure. But I'm not being paid for this. This is something fun. And we are the underdogs. So let me enjoy my underdog moment as we go over. Thank you very much. Ruben Skuman is the man. Early pressure from the Lions, and they hit first. Here we go. It's a very good carry from him. It gets nice and low. And despite there being, I think it was Marco van Staden, is Alwork Low and Lizo Koboka, the low body position means he gets over. It's a very nice start from the Lions who've come to play. They've had all the possessions, and now here comes the interesting part. The Bulls will obviously kick down to the Lions and try and put some pressure on. But 5 minutes in, the Lions have got their first try. Jordan Hendricks is going to try and add the double. There comes the 2-pointer. No problems there. So 7-0 in the early stages. In a very nice day in Johannesburg for rugby. Much better than in blooming Durban, where it was just wet, and more wet. Right, so here we go. First things first. We've got to try and claim the kickoff. Clock is right, isn't it? Right, so Chris Smith going to the right. Grabs McClana underneath there. He asks Vincent to get carried up. So hit from him on Lizo Koboka. Hendricks tries to find touch. It's a decent touch finder. He gets it up towards the halfway line. A very nice touch finder from the 19-year-old. He looks very good, doesn't he? Just looks very, very calm. Bulls are taking it quickly here. Verity Am takes it up. So the Bulls get their first bit of possession. The big hit from Jakob Asaki on Steenkamp. Chris Smith now corner Hendricks the first time he gets to run. Going a bit lateral. Brings in Alwork Low. He gets the Bulls into their Lions half. Now Koboka makes a run. He brushes off North Knuckle. Eventually gets brought down. There's some good carry there by the prop. Chris Smith, not the best pass. The Bulls going through the favor. Right, now Chris Smith, the first up and under of the game. He goes high. It's Jordan Hendricks underneath it. Very nice take from him. Burger Oendal, Raz McClana under a lot of pressure as the Bulls pile through and win that ball. The Lions guilty of not looking after the possession. Right, now that's a horrible pass back. Chris Smith sees a bit of space in behind. He puts the ball to the boot. Manosh Tambwe is chasing it, but it's going to run out. It's a very nice kick from Chris Smith. In behind the Lions defense, there was nobody back. He saw the space, and the Lions will have a defensive line. It's very well managed from the Bulls' full back. And that all stemmed from that very good counter ruck. A decent kick up there from Chris Smith. It was a good take from Jordan Hendrickson, but just the Lions guilty of not getting enough players in the ruck to try and protect the ball, and the Bulls came steaming through. And then a very tactical kick from Chris Smith. So Lions, the defensive line out here. The Bulls line is so good. This is going to be a difficult one, but they win it. Hussein goes to Vincent Tuka, who carries it up. Trying to create a bit of an angle for Jordan Hendrickson, who then goes to the boot. Not too much pressure, so he's got time. And launched it towards the halfway. It's a very good kick again. Madosh Tam was keeping it alive. And Creel now goes up. Who's underneath this? It's EW for Yun. He takes it. Wasn't a real contest, so takes it well. The Lions will have possession back in their own half. Renwell plays. I think we'll have Lions 27, Bulls 23. Hey, you see somebody else is backing my Lions puncher. Lions going out wide. Cornels Kosan, has he got the pace? He gets away from Dwayne Vermeulen. He goes on the inside. He's got no support. Get there. MJ Pulse is there. Well played. Quick ball from Andrew Warner. He brings in Jordan Hendrickson. Chicken wing pass. It's breaking free. It's a bit messy. It's still alive though. Similani now. He's in the middle. He goes outside. The Lions are inside the 22 now. Brilliant pace there from Cornels Kosan. Now Jordan Hendrickson is going out wide again. For Yun. Puts it in the dab. MJ Pulse dies on it. It didn't really work out, but they managed to keep possession. Hendrickson now goes himself, trying to get his arms around the tackle, doesn't, so he holds on to the ball. The Lions have kept this very good at the breakdown to keep the ball here. Torre now. Solid defense from the Bulls. Come on. For Yun now. Cornels Kosan, he's the one that started all of this. It's a good carry from him. He managed to keep possession. Lower ball here from Andrew Warner, waiting for a bit of the structure to return. And the Bulls have won a penalty at the breakdown. Who was that? That's so poor that you can't... I mean, one person there, and he's completely stolen the ball there. Markham is starting, I suppose. Doesn't get any better on the ball than him. But a very, very nice passage to play there from the Lions. All coming from going out wide. Cornels Kosan had the pace to get away from Dwayne Vermeulen. Some very nice passing there, but a brilliant moment for Marco van Staden. Very good rugby so far in the first 10 minutes. We said that the conditions are good. It's a good touch finder. The Bulls will have a line from the 10 meter. But so far, both teams looking like they're both up for it. It's Vincent Tuka here who's guilty of not being able to get Marco van Staden off the ball. He gets himself in such a good position. He's a bit of an unmovable object, isn't he, at the breakdown? Renal players saying Lions need to win this or the competition is over. I don't think the Lions are ever in the competition, to be honest. Me being very harsh, but we just can't compete. I mean, we haven't got the signings. We've got too many players away, too many players injured. For me, it's all about first 16 for the Lions. Although there is now a British and Irish Lions game. It's going to be a nightmare trying to watch that game and try and differentiate between the two. Kosan underneath it. Good to take from him. The Bulls playing a bit of a territory game. They're back inside the Lions' half, but the Lions do have possession. Veronique said, come on, Bulls, let's do what we do the best, Bulls. Reynolds plays the Bulls will pull too far ahead. And like, oh yeah, I suppose, yeah, there's a bit of that aspect. I think the Sharks kind of butchered it, to be honest. And that's a penalty from the Bulls at the breakdown. Who is it? It's Ruan Nokia who gets there. It's a big penalty from the Bulls. And the Lions are struggling at the breakdown at the moment. It's another penalty there. It's well played. They start the maul, which collapses, play the territory game, and then it's just the defense putting the Lions in the back foot. And Dwayne Vermeulen disrupting the ruck there, and then Ruan Nokia going in for the turnover, winning the penalty. So Lions now under the cosh. Bulls the 5 meter line out. This is where the Bulls are so good. This is where they come into their own. Their set piece, especially the lineouts. Ruan Nokia and Walt Steenkamp are two very good lineout jumpers. It goes to Albert low at the back. It's an initially good shove from the Lions, but now the Bulls find their structure. Paul comes to use it once. Still not moving, so Zach Berger's going to have to use this. Right, Cornel Hendricks. He goes out wide to David Creel, who straightens, sees a bit of space, but he runs into Berger Uenda and Wandasila Similani. Albert low now, runs into around North Nachel. Walker now picks up and drives, makes a beat or two. Nice good continuity from the Bulls here. Lions needs defense, is going to have to front up. Now they're going out wide. They'll worry about numbers with the Lions, but it's been wrapped up very well. But Josh Tumway they go, and he goes. That's such poor defending. I think ball's been ripped. They're going to go back for the penalty. I thought Madosh Tumbo was going to get over there, but he's been ripped. The ball's been ripped in the tackle. So that's another penalty for the Bulls. John F. saying Bulls slow poison will win it. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the biggest problem, you know. I mean, for example, the Lions need to make every single opportunity count. If they get into that Bulls 22 and they've got momentum, they've got to try and score points because you can't let the Bulls get too far ahead. They will just grind you down over the game. And that's what they've been doing quite a lot. Even when, like last weekend, they were terrific against the Sharks. But against the Stormers, for example, they've tapped and go. And that's over from... Oh no, it was over. Got another advantage here. And try time. It's Albert Lowe, the man that got the 5 points. Too big, too physical, and the Lions defense can't do anything about that. They had an advantage anyway. And that was, I suppose, pretty inevitable. Remember Michael LaRue saying, I'm really dedicated Lions supporter, although I would love to see the win. The discipline of the last couple of games were disappointing. Not sure the pack can take the surprisingly good Bulls pack. Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem, and we're seeing it now. You know, is the Bulls would bully the Lions, unfortunately. But I mean, you get Albert Lowe versus Jordan Hendricks, so you're only going to have one winner. It's a valiant effort from the last number 10, but you're not going to win that battle. So, 7-7. It's a good start. It's a good start. So double checking the grounding. I don't think there's any issues there whatsoever. So it'll be 7-7. Once I've already added the points because it's right underneath the poles. Ricardo Sardi almost won that ball on the ground against Lisa Koboka. It was a very nice piece of defense there. Then hit the knee of Steve Tolle. No issue to Chris Smith. It is 7-7 in the 16th minute. Scores are level. And, well, long may that continue to go. Did he miss that? I was about to say, they were taking a while to put the score up there. Chris Smith, I mean, well, shame. You got to feel sorry for him, don't you? Whenever he comes on, he always gets the business done. But just, you know, you're trying to outplay us more on their stage. You've got Johan Goosen coming back. I'd be interested to see where Johan Goosen played. It was man of the match last night in Montpellier's win in the Challenge Cup final, playing at outside centre. Lions go deep. Cornels Kosan wraps up Albert Low, but the Bulls got the safety 22, so they can have plenty of time to try and find a clearance. Blackberger shapes for the box kick. And finds touch. Very good touch finder from him. Scott Graham, I don't like the captain's challenge. We didn't really see it in the Sharks versus Stormers game. It was actually quite nice not having it. I mean, look, I'm trying it right at the end, but there was nothing in it. Yeah, not a lot of people do like the captain's challenge. You know what the problem is? I think the problem is the captain's challenge is another stoppage in what there's already too many stoppages. So what I was saying in the earlier game is we were saying, you know, is there space? The Lions go out to the back. Burger Unda. It's an interesting lineup, but it's worked. If they're not rolling, yeah. Miss Liquor Parks, are you drinking Toffel? No, I'm drinking Castle. You know, it all comes together at Castle, so life can, you know, got to back them. Sponsoring the Lions Tour. If they want to sponsor us, we're available. Lions with some good go forward ball here. Some quick ball here, Burger Ordendal. Trying to get the Lions up to the 10 meter. Which Shatuka now goes himself. Runs in. Ooh, makes him win meters. A couple of lazy Bulls runners there, so Andre Warner can't really do much with that. Yakubasaki filling in. Vincent Tuka asks once again. He's up against Dwayne Vermeulen though. Shrugs him off eventually and brought down by Trevor Nyakane. Right, Jordan Hendricks decides we're not going anywhere. Go to the boot. It's a very nice kick. Is it going to stop? Rouse McClellan is flying in there. But it will fall out. That's actually a very good kick by Jordan Hendricks. Understanding that the Lions couldn't really go forward ball. Playing a bit of a tactical then. Went down on the ground, so I had no issues of having to put it out in the full. And it's a nice touch finder. It puts Bulls under a bit of pressure. So, yeah, probably not a bad result actually for the Lions. But the problem is the Bulls are just so good at winning their line out, finding touch, doing the exit play really well. So, you'll do well to disrupt the Bulls line out. A bit of a messy line out. I think the Lions almost pounced on that, and they've now driven the Bulls towards touch. The Bulls have managed to keep it in. Verity and being told to use it. Zach Berger's caught up in the ruck. Dwayne Vermeulen takes the ball down. Just going to try and free up a scrum half. Ball goes back to Chris Smith. And he finds touch. It's actually a very, very good touch find. I think it'll be about in the 22. So the Bulls not out of the woods yet. And to be fair to the Lions, actually did disrupt that line out. Oof, almost very well done by Lem Hussein. He gets a hand in a bit. And then Johan Krabala, a desperate dive because he was under quite a lot of pressure. And if the Lions managed to win that ball, it suddenly would have been 2 meters away from the try line. Now we've got time off here. Suddenly we've raced to 20 minutes. Oh, this is the last thing we need to see. Dwayne Vermeulen getting some treatment. We saw Sia Khaleesi go off injured in the earlier game. Looks like it's alright though, so we don't have to worry too much. But Sia Khaleesi is a bit of a worry. Went off in the Sharks game. Have to wait and see what his story is. Right, so the Lions might not get these opportunities all the time. So it's important that when they get into the 22 here, that they make it count. Well, the Lions have won the line out. MJ Pulse has gone on a run. Quick ball here from Ruben Skuman, who's built up a bit of speed. Good tackle from Chris Smith. Cornel Hendricks trying to battle of the ball at the breakdown. Yeah, thank you. Miles van der Vesten has a couple of hands in at the ruck there, so the penalty comes in. The Bulls do that very well. You know, when you try and disrupt what's going on at the breakdown, they are very strong at the breakdown. Lions are going to take 3 points here. And then it prevents a few things. It prevents quick ball. You often try and sort of win a bit of a turnover there. But it's a good net result for the Bulls here. Yeah, never releases this Cornel Hendricks. And then plays the ball on the ground. So that's what the penalty is for. So Jordan Hendricks will have a chance to add to his points tally. Right in front. No issue. So the Lions go back to the lead. 10 points to 7. Good contest so far. I mean, we've got, 17 points in the first 20 minutes. So long may that sort of points per minute ratio continue. And that's a rare mistake from Chris Smith, who's kicked the ball into touch. So, yeah, Lions suddenly back on the front foot. Call to make here. Got the scrum or the line option. They're going for the scrum. The Lions back in the front row, which is quite interesting. We're going to have a scrum on the halfway line here. Very interested to see what's going to happen when Johan Goosen arrives. You know, Jake White saying he wants to make him a block again. It'd be interesting to see what position he's thinking. When Johan Goosen covers is anywhere in the back line. You can play in centre, you can play at fly half, you can play at full back. Grant Swart saying Western Province ladies stump the EP Queens. Ugh, EP rugby's just a mess though, isn't it? Good to see more women's rugby being broadcast though. You know, it really needs to be something that we need to bring more. I mean, for example, you look at cricket, the women's Proteas playing some really nice cricket at the moment. We need to try and get our rugby doing the same. Banyana doing quite well. Have a reset scrum here just for a change. Teams keep going for 7 against the Bulls and not 3 points. It depends on how many 3 points you get, but yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, when you try and take all the points on offer. But so far, I mean, can't really fault the Lions. 22 minutes up, they're 3 points up. They've got the scrum over here. So you know the Bulls will hit back. It's just a case. It's a good hit from the Lions. D solid scrum. They've got the ascendancy, in fact. They've got an advantage as well. Use it, Andre. Use it. Penalty. Thank you very much. Big statement here from this Lions pack. This Bulls pack is under a lot of pressure. That's the second scrum penalty they've won. And this was the area I was worried about the most. I mean, Trevor Nyakani, Lisa Koboka. There was a very, very good hit there from the Lions. And Carl Lusardi, about 2 weeks ago, he struggled quite a bit. Last weekend was much better, and now sort of putting his hand up. I think he's a bit of a wild card for the Springboks. I don't see, if you're looking for a really good scrummager, you know, him and Trevor, look, Trevor's ahead of him, but I think after that, you probably could be starting to push for a spot here. Right, so once again, Lions back in the 22 for the Bulls. You've got to make these opportunities count. The Bulls will have a section where they dominate. We know this. They're too good of a side not to. So if the Lions will score points here, it's important to try and keep making it count. Talk about Bulls slow poison, got to try and do a similar thing to him. If you can make all your points count, all your opportunities count for points, you know, and just try and wear them down, because they're going to try and do the same thing to you. First things first, they've won the line out. It's a messy victory. And the Bulls have won it. You see, that's just small things like that the Bulls are so good at doing. Disrupted the line and they've won possession. So a chance goes begging for the Lions. Isaac Berger asking for a few pillars. He's going to shape for the box kick. Out to the 22, so he can't go for touch. Dosh Tumway is chasing hard. Jordan Henderson goes up. Another good take from him. EW for you, and that is a horrendous clean out. You're no wonder Ulrich Lowe has won. I mean, really, put your blooming head down and actually ruck. Bulls are one possession back here, and that's the second or third time that somebody's been taking the ball well, but not had the support. And it's a horrible, and it's a kick over the top from the Bulls, not very well dealt with by the Lions. And all of a sudden, the Bulls are right in the attack to David Creel. But he's actually well played, let me say. I think it was an advantage for the Bulls already, but he wanted to turn over there and slowing it down because the Bulls were looking to try and punish the Lions. We're going to go back for the initial advantage. I'm not sure what it's for. I'll work low, and you know, for Ewan, I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to push him with his back towards him, so no chance of trying to get him out. We go back for the Bulls penalty for not releasing, so Chris Smith will find touch. He's found touch inside the 22. The Lions immediately back under pressure, and this is the problem. The Bulls make a count, and that's the difference. And that's what the Bulls did so well against the Sharks in that first half last weekend. You know, the first half, territory-wise, was all Sharks. Possession was all Sharks, even against the Stormers. You know, Bulls don't always have the most territory and the most possession, but when they get the ball, they make a count. And they score points, and that's what wears you down. You know, they'll defend all day if they have to, the Bulls. They know they're good enough. But so far, let me say, back on the side for Frankie Horn, I think he's probably been the best player for the Lions in that pack. Disrupted the line out. There's a nice win there. Okay, a bit of time off there. Just make sure everybody's standing on their mark. Bruno Kier takes it. They're trying to set up the maul, but Malcolm Staden brings in Cornel Hendricks, who runs a very good line. He gets up to the 5 meter. Now he's at Koboka. He runs into Vincent Tutuka. Wayne Vermeulen now against MJ Pulse, who's trying to get his hands on the ball. Bulls are running rampant here. They're getting meters every single time. He's a good walker. Good break. Well held up by Ruben Scrum, and the Bulls are right on there. They've got an advantage as well. This is trouble for the Lions. They've got an advantage. David Creel screaming for the ball. Log goes himself. It's a good tackle from Jakob Asaki. There's space out wide. Chris Smith goes in the inside ball. I think it's the wrong option. Now Ruan Nokia. And the Lions have got some players back. Dwayne Vermeulen puts his head down, but he's well tackled by Vincent Suka. Once again, space out wide. David Creel goes over. That's so easy. It is so easy for the Bulls. That Lions defense, I'll tell you what, it's no, not the wrong team here. It was so easy there. There was not even an attempt to tackle on him. So Bulls back at the 22, back on the points. They're going to the lead for the first time. Very well played, it has to be said. Dwayne Vermeulen carrying it up. Yeah, and just there's no attempt to tackle there. Cornels Kosan's Washmadosh Tambwe and David Creel just strolls over. They're not even attempt to tackle on him. Lions defensive structure has been a problem for a long time, and it's going to be a problem today again. A bit like the Lions of old, I suppose. They know they're going to concede points. It's just a question of can they score them? Can they maybe outscore the Bulls? Because with that defense, you're not gonna keep them down to 20 points. You know. Chris Smith will have a second attempt at the goal. Ferrari just qualified P1. Well, there we go. For all your F1 updates, please check out Mr. Lincoln Park rules. My boys, we're back. Come on, the Ferrari. Which driver for Ferrari? Leclerc or what's operating there? Monte Carlo this weekend, I suppose. So if there was it's not a great kick from Chris Smith, so the score remained at 10-12. If there was a Grand Prix to watch, I suppose Monaco is a good one. David Creel came a bit out of nowhere all of a sudden. He became quite a part of the Bulls. He needs to bulk up a bit for me. I think he's a bit lightweight, but he's a very good player. Right, the Lions. Where will they go? So they go to the 22. Good take from Albert Lowe. Good chase from Cornels Kosan. They've lost the safety to the 22. A very good leg drive there from the number 7. This is why the Lions must keep going for 7, not 3 points. The Bulls keep coming back. Yeah, and the problem is the Bulls are just so good at taking points when they're on offer. You know, their conversion rate is brilliant. Leclerc, Verstappen 2nd, Hamilton 7th. Yeah, here we go. I actually might have to watch it now. What are you doing? Zach Berger, what are you... So Zach Berger decided that ball was out and went in there and just grabbed it and gave away a very easy penalty. Pretty stupid, if nothing else, from the, the Bulls number 9. Right, so Lions decided to try to hit back. They're going to go for the 3, so this will be a huge kick if he gets it. On the angle, behind the 50-meter line, so I reckon we're looking at about a 60-meter kick here from Jordan Hendrickson. The DDRX Gaming won't be impressed taking the 3 points, but I suppose if you're taking the 3 points from this position, yeah, Zach Berger just deciding that ball is out and going himself. So Jordan Henderson trying to sort of demonstrate the sort of boot he has. It is 63 meters. Jeepers, this would be a big kick if he gets it. 19 years old and full of confidence. There's no Tian Swanepoel to take these sort of kicks, so somebody has to step up, I suppose. And so does Jordan Hendrickson. That's going to pull wide. Almost at the distance, I think. It was a bit of a weird angle, so... yeah, I mean, probably not the right decision, I think. But interesting to have a go there. I suppose if you back yourself, Went towards the right. He strikes the ball very well, does Jordan Henderson. He's got quite a nice boot on him. Just a stupid penalty from Zach Berger. So the Bulls restart with a 22, and they go very deep. Pretty much from 22 to 22. There's Berger Undal there. He's going to put his head down. He runs straight into the Bulls' defense. Nice carry from him. Bulls lines up to the halfway line. Henderson flat pass to corner. This Kassan, who steps inside. Counter ruck again from the Bulls is good. The Lions just being absolutely dominated at the breakdown here. They're just too high on the Lions. I mean, there's no protection of the ball. So the Bulls have got the Chris Smith sort of running around, not sure what to do. Eventually gets brought down. They lost about 10 meters there. But the Lions, yeah, just not protecting the ball good enough well enough at the breakdown, and the Bulls are having a field day at the moment. I mean, that's Madosh Tumwe who was really causing that. Right, so Zach Berger taking his time. He's going to shape up for the box kick here. A very contestable kick. It's EW for Yun. It's a good take from him. This time the Lions go down the blind side. Ras McCliner's got a bit of space. He puts with the afterburners inside, outside. Dwayne Vermeulen, go yourself, mate. Chips over the top. Has he got the pace? Ras McCliner, get in, boy. Well, that's brilliant from him. That's something out of nothing. I didn't think going down the blind side was the right option, but he had a bit of space. And the pace he suddenly demonstrated there left Dwayne Vermeulen for dead, and then chipped past James Verity, and the ball popped up perfectly for him. He lines up Dwayne Vermeulen, goes outside of him. David Creel is the man, gets chipped over the top, and the ball just sits up perfectly for him, and he goes over. So the Lions head back. Thank you very much, Rubs. We appreciate your efforts. That's 2 tries in 2 games for him, actually, and that's a brilliant individual effort. Last time it was all about the pace. This time, a bit of skill. Very, very, very well done to do that to Dwayne Vermeulen. Cut inside, so Dwayne Vermeulen couldn't use the touchline as to his advantage, and then went outside him. Take a bow, mate. Take a bow. 15 points to 12, and we're scoring a lot of points in this half. I think we're in for a high-scoring game. Jake White said it in his pre-match. He said that he's expecting the Lions to try and go for points and try and, make game of it. And so far, we have got, if he gets this over, 29 points in 32 minutes. So expect a high-scoring affair. Straight through the middle from Hendrickson. The Lions move to 17-12. Come on, the chaps. I'm really happy for McCliner because he hasn't really had a lot of opportunity. Even when he's played, he hasn't had a lot of front foot ball or options. But, talk about turning nothing into something. Because Dwayne Vermeulen was trying to herd him towards the touchline to try and tackle him out. So Ras McCliner straightened to make sure that wasn't the case and then went outside Dwayne Vermeulen. Very well played. But now, this is the important part. Take the kickoff, which Suka has done. They've lost the set to the 22. But it's now about protecting possession. You've got a 5-point advantage, 7 minutes to half time. Jordan Henderson puts it to the boot. He can't put it out. So Chris Smith will return the favor. He goes up. Vermeulen is chasing. Oh, it's a huge kick on Jordan Hendrickson, but he has managed to keep up. That's hands on the ground, surely. While the Bulls have won possession back, it's a very big hit on Hendrickson. Great chase from Dwayne Vermeulen. Madosh Tumwe on the outside gets wrapped up by Wandisile Similani. So the Bulls immediately right back on the attack, and this is the problem. Cornel Hendricks gives it to Trevor. Tuka is there to make the tackle. Chris Smith decides to come back inside. He wants to change direction. Didn't come, so I think he's on for Boka. I'm not sure what the issue is there. Let's hope that's nothing too serious for somebody who's had a lot of injuries. Oh my living. Madosh Tumwe, all the space out wide. EW for you. I've said so. He cannot tackle. He missed all 3 of his tackles last weekend. Madosh Tumwe is over. The Bulls hit back. But that is all EW for Yun. He had to make that tackle. And he's missed it. Brilliant counter stuff from the Bulls there. And every single time the Lions do something right, they hit back. Cornel Hendricks is the man who sucks in Courtnall's Kasan. Sorry, Hendrickson. And EW for Yun diving for the ankles, and Madosh Tumwe just completely steps over him. He goes over. Can't do that. Look, that's all Dwayne Vermeulen had. That was the chase from Dwayne Vermeulen, a massive hit on Jordan Hendrickson. The ball spilled off from the side, and the Bulls just turned defense into attack. So they hit back 17-17. Scoring a lot of points in this game. So look, if you want to be entertained, switch it on because it's going to be a good game. Very, very nice conversion because Smith started to the right, curled it back in. So the Bulls take the lead 19-17 in the 35th minute. So it's a big hit from Dwayne Vermeulen. Jordan Hendricks is he's got no support. That's the problem, is that under the high ball, I mean, it's a horrible F from EW for Yun. But under the high ball, even when the Lions have taken it, there's been no support. And you've got to, when you see someone's going for the ball, you've got to get some players around him. But Josh Tamwe, that's his 3rd or 4th try of the season. Always been a fantastic finisher here. So not really surprising in that effort. Always been the best part of his game. That's a contestable kick, though. And the Lions have one possession off the kickoff. That ball just bounced. The Lions are right back on the attack. Come, make this count. Lem Hussein. Lions into the 22. He's a bit isolated, but the ball's available. Warner now going back towards the left. Bringing the back line. Yun goes over the top, straight into... Yun, really? I'm all for trying to keep it open, the Lions, and trying to play a bit of an enterprising game there. But also, you've got to just be a bit direct here and take contact every now and again. For Yun trying to sort of cut out pass right to the end there's nobody there was going to get it. Goes it straight into touch. So I suppose the theme for the Lions in the first half is close but no cigar. Every time they do something right, there's just that small mistake that just ruins it. Whereas the Bulls have been very good when they've needed to make, when they needed to be accurate. They have been so far. Bulls win the line out easily, as you'd expect them. Now Zach Berger's going to go to the boot. Corners Son underneath it. He loses that ball forward, and that's accidental offside. So it's a knock on there. We'll start with a scrum. Very good up and under there. Corners Son. It was a very contestable kick under pressure from, I think it's Madosh Tamwe. Yeah, hits his chest and goes forward. That's the thing, and Zach Berger's got a very nice box kick. And when you make kicks contestable and you chase hard, it becomes a very difficult. It's an art. Being good under the high ball is an art. Grant Fumiro's got it down. The best fullbacks in the world are really good under the high ball. And yeah, so all of a sudden there, you've gained 20 meters. You've got to put in at the scrum, and it can be a very lethal part of your arsenal, an up and under, if you use it correctly. But a big scrum here from the Bulls. They've got a replacement props. Then it comes on for Lizo Koboka, trying to find out what's wrong with him. Doesn't look good. The fact that he's off already. Much better from the Bulls. It is sort of spiraling though, so we're going to have another reset. So trying to find out what's going on with Koboka. There's no sort of official thing on Twitter or anything like that. Yeah, for you, looked so much better at 13 at the Stormers. Yeah, I don't really like him at fullback, to be honest. I don't think he's got the pace. He got absolutely rounded by Edward van der Merwe last weekend. Lions desperate for a fullback. I mean, we lost. Tyron Green is probably one of the biggest losses the Lions have had. But yeah, he struggled a little bit defensively. He's been all right on the attack. Was very good in the attack last weekend, but I think he missed all 3 of the tackles he had to make. I don't think he's made a tackle today. So he's struggling a little bit on the defensive side. Got another scrum that's gone down. The penalty for the Lions. Well, we'll keep taking that. Isatole having a good battle against Trevor and Yakane. And I'll tell you what, if you want to make a Bok audition, if you want to try and push for that green and gold, out-scramming the likes of Frans Malherbe, Steven Kitshoff, Trevor and Yakane, Lizo Koboka, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. So interesting that we had Oxenchair having a big battle against Frans Malherbe. Now Steve Satole having a nice battle against Trevor. Trevor's knees hitting the ground first. So once again, Lions going for the 3. It's not the right decision, is it? I mean, a 1-point advantage. What's the point in that? I mean, on the brink of half-time, they weren't going to really score. The Lions, I mean, look, if Jordan Henderson slots this, the Lions will go in with a lead. But I would have liked to have seen them be a bit braver. Go to the... Good strike. It's a good strike. It's looking good. And he slotted it. Okay, so the Lions will go into half-time with a lead. 20 points to 19. Almost a point a minute. The moments of magic... Rabs Makwana with the moment of the half with a brilliant try. But Badosh Tamwe hit back pretty soon after that. So even Stevens really at halftime. A very nice contest and looked a lot more even. This Lions side is a bit of a different side to those first 2 weeks of Rainbow Cup. And I think I'm trying to decide what's been different. I think the scrum's been a lot better. For a start, I mean, Steve Torlier and Carly Sardi seem to be having a good time. And I also think that Jordan Hendricks is making a big difference. Much bigger boot, which means he's finding territories, is kicking for goals better. But an impressive performance. Right, we're going to go into a short break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. And then we'll do a bit of a stat attack, see who's dominating possession, who's made some big tackles, who are your big individual performers. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if new. We need 8 people to get to 1,400 subscribers. So if 8 of the 44 people currently watching hit that subscribe button, we will get there. Please do smash a like, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Right, and we are back. Busy trying to pull up the stats before we have a look at that. But very interesting match here. Quite evenly balanced. Could go either way in theory, but you got to think that the bench is going to start coming into play. I think the bench is going to be quite interesting, especially I think that Lions front row, who actually did quite well with the bench last weekend. So if we look at the stats, they are about as even as the match is. You know, it's a 50% possession for both. Territory was 49 to 51. 2 tries apiece, 2 conversions apiece, 2 penalties for the Lions. Then 200 meters run by the Lions, 111 by the Bulls. 7 defenders beaten by the Lions, 8 by the Bulls. 2 clean breaks versus 1. 38 gain line carries by the Lions, 32 from the Bulls. 55 passes. Passes, I think. 1 offload from the Lions, 2 from the Bulls. 6 turnovers. You see, now this is it. This is what I keep saying. The Bulls have to look. The Lions have to look after their possession better. 6 turnovers won by the Bulls, and not 1 turnover won by the Lions. The Lions have got to try and sort out that breakdown. It's far too easy for the Bulls to come in and bully them at the breakdown. You're missing MJ Pulse, I suppose, is the one you got to look at. You got to sit there and say, listen, we need you to come together at that breakdown, and try and start disrupting the Bulls one and also protecting ours. Tackles made, Lions 86% of their tackles, 49 to 57. Bulls 84%, 37 of their 44. Jordan Henderson has an 80% success rate. Goal kicking, Chris Smith has a 67. See, this again, rucks once again. The Lions have an 86% ruck success rate, winning 36 or 42 rucks, whereas the Bulls are operating at 100%, 37 or 37 rucks. The Lions line out struggling a little bit, 71%, 5 out of 7, whereas the Bulls have 100%, 7 of 7 of their line outs. But scrums have been very one-sided. The Bulls have not won a single scrum, losing both of theirs. The Lions have won 1 of the 1. So Bulls are winning the line-out battle, and the Lions are winning the scrum battle. Bulls have conceded 16 penalties that half. The Lions conceded just 6. So the Lions disciplined much better. And I'm actually going to put a jacket on. I don't know about anybody else. It's going to be fresh over here. Apparently Johannesburg is dropping to an overnight low. So if you don't like cold weather, don't come to Joburg. I don't like cold weather, but unfortunately I have to stay here. Did always Paul Keita. Hi Stephen, what are your thoughts on Andre Pollard and Kobus Reinach only coming off the bench in the second half of the Leicester versus Montpellier game last night? Also thoughts on La Rochelle versus Toulouse. So I only caught the end of the Montpellier game, if I'm honest. Kobus Reinach I'm not too worried about in terms of game time, but I must admit I'm pretty worried about Andre Pollard. He hasn't played, has he? You know, he's played two cameos off the bench. I thought they were pretty good when they came on. I thought Bismarck, Andre Pollard, and Kobus Reinach played quite a big role when they came on of negotiating that game last night. But I worry about Pollard's game time because he just hasn't really played this season. They're coming off a long-term injury. He's played just 2 games. And I think Montpellier have got 3 games coming up for the rest of the season. So not a lot of time for Andre Pollard to play himself. Look, I don't think form is an issue. It's more about match fitness. You know, playing games, getting minutes under your boot, playing. Pollard, I think, had to make 1 kick last night. He missed it. La Rochelle versus Toulouse coming up tonight. Actually, I think it is. It's at 5:45 this time. And I don't know. I'm trying to decide who I want to win. You know what I'm really impressed with is Raymond Roulet. Because, and it was quite an interesting article, one of the few articles of AC Rugby magazine that I actually enjoyed, was talking about the fact that he was written off because of his bad defense and how he's kind of been revolutionized at outside center. He's on the wing this afternoon, which is a bit frustrating. I would have liked to have seen him in the centers. Look, from a South African perspective, we've got the lineups here. So from a South African perspective, you're probably going to be backing La Rochelle. You want to see Dylan Lades play well, Raymond Roulet both in the wings. The problem is, I'll tell you what, Toulouse halfback combination. That's the French halfback combination, isn't it? You've got Dupont and Intermac, and I love those 2 players. So yeah, I'm probably going to back Toulouse. I reckon Toulouse will probably take it. But there's some very good players in that La Rochelle side. You've got Bryce Duland, you've got Gregory Aldrit. I think he's a very good player. Obviously, Victor Vito, Kurt Barlow. Yeah, it's good players in that La Rochelle side. If you look at Toulouse, you got Suabai up front there. Brandon Ulstad for the South African fans. Anton DuPont, Roman Intermac will be the halfback combination. Ches and Colby. I'm obviously at 14. I'm backing Toulouse. I reckon they'll take it. But I'm as a South African, I just want to be able to. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to watch that game. Going to Bra, so hopefully we'll try and put it on. I just want to see the South Africans play well. Obviously, we need Ches and Colby to come through it first of all safely. I think also we're getting to a bit of a stage where it's more about these players just being okay than playing particularly well. You know, I wouldn't mind if Ches and Colby has a few bad games, but he needs to be fully fit because you know Stia Khaleesi going off injured is not ideal earlier. That's kind of becoming my worry now. The closer we get to the Lions tour, the less it becomes about ability and more about fitness and being ready. Anyway, we've got kickoff over here. Let me get the timer sorted. The Bulls are not playing right to left, Lions left to right, and we are away for the second half. The Lions, with a bit of miscommunication, but managing to take the kickoff. They've got a 1-point lead. They've each scored 2 tries. So they both scored another 2 tries. They can both get bonus points. But the Lions need to try and win this game, don't they? I mean, they haven't won the game all season. It's a big game for them to win if they were to win it. So let's hope we can try and do something special. I think it also keeps the competition quite open because obviously we've seen the Bulls kind of run away with tournaments lately. But nothing else. Let's try and see if the Lions can make life interesting. Bit of afters between Jordan Hendrickson and Zach Berger. I think I'll back Hendrickson in the fight. He's a bit younger, but looks a bit bigger. Right, well, I need a new beer. Am I the only one drinking? Because a lot of the time I'm there. Oh, hello. We've got a bit of an interception. Oh, you know, that just sums it up, doesn't it? Interception from the line. Oh, go, Len. Somebody just grab the ball. Grab it, Len. There was an intercept from the Lions, but they left the ball behind, so the Bulls turned it around. Then it was a kick through. The Bulls have eventually got back possession back, but they're all the way back in their 22. So Chris Smith kicks it deep. Well, Jens going to put it up and under. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to look for some touch. He spotted a bit of space out wide, a bit of a nothing kick there. Giving the Bulls a safety of touch. Chris Smith's got all the time in the world. And he looks to find touch in the Lions' half, and Hendrickson is not going to take that quickly. Here, it was a bit of a nothing kick from W for you. The question is, as I open another beer, is am I the only one drinking? Because a lot of the time I'm the only one drinking. I always feel like it's a bit of sort of weird to drink by yourself. So if anybody else is drinking, let me know in the comments so I feel a little bit better. But you know what? Who am I to impress? Who do I have to prove to anyone? I'm allowed to drink by myself. I'm grown. Anyway, round over. The Lions have got a line out in the Bulls' half. It's a bit of a short line out there with Vincent Stuka carrying the ball up. Then Massane. Johan De Winter says, cheers, enjoy it, having one too. Well, there we go. Well, at least I know somebody else is drinking, yeah? Me and Johan are having a good time. Lions shaping for the box kick. Andre Warner kicks ahead. Travis McClana is chasing it. It's a good take from James Verity-Am. He sees a bit of space, but he's been wrapped up by Ruben Schoeman and gets the ball away. And Similani is there to pounce. There's a knock-on from the Lions to be a Bulls scrum, which is not a bad result, given the fact that they've actually been having a good time at the scrum. It's me again, says I'm drinking homebrew in the UK. That's something I want to start doing. I want to start brewing my own beer. You know, and we get a bit of a Stephen Lager. Forever Sports Lager. Forever Lager. There we go. We're onto something here, people. Then we should all sort of have a session combined. We can all contribute towards brewing our own beer. Do Forever Lager. Sorry, Castle, that enjoyed it while you last. We're going to be doing our own stuff soon. Right, so scrum time here. The Lions had the upper hand in the first half. And Steenekamp had to come on early. And we've also now got... I don't think Trevor came back on, you know? That's an early engagement. Oh, how was it theirs? That's a horrible call. Marius van der Vestes. And I mean, the Lions are going backwards and then they get penalized for pushing early. Bit of a strange one. So it's a short arm, so the Bulls got up ahead. Jordan Hendricks is underneath it, I think. That's called Oscar-san. That was a very strange call. Not trying to be biased, but I mean, the Lions are going backwards and then they get penalized for pushing early. It's a bit strange. Anyway, the Lions have been pinned back here. So for Ewan kicks down the middle of the park. Chris Smith is there. It's a good take from him. Got a bit of space down the back there. He has turned EW for Ewan. Thankfully, the bounce favors him. He offers Jordan Hendrickson. He's got a lot of time and he pumps that downfield. That's a huge kick. Verity Am takes it himself, but he's all the way back towards the 22. No. I don't think Verity Adams went far. So that's a hell of a clearance from Jordan Hendrickson. I mean, he was from his 22, and he's forced the Bulls all the way back to a line out about 5 meters from their 22. Kind of Quinn saying, watch Stormers versus Sharks here in Ireland. Enjoyed a lot. Who are your picks to make the North versus South final? I'm Munster versus Bulls. Well, it's Bulls versus Munster. Probably, yeah, Bulls versus Munster, I suppose, are the obvious picks. Maybe Leinster. I haven't watched as much of the Rainbow Cup North as much as I'd like to, but I mean, from the South, it's going to be the Bulls. We kind of know this. But I mean, somebody was saying that Benetton are the chance. I think they're 3 from 3 actually with their wins. So I mean, I'll be surprised, but never know. Never know. It's a short competition, so anything can happen. Bulls winning their line out there. Throwing the ball there for the Bulls. It's Jordan Hendrickson that was trying to have a go. Now he's trying to do a bit of rucking. Where's your Lion shirt that you were wearing earlier? It's here. Don't stress. Don't stress. I'm not putting it away because I think we're going to lose. It's a bit cold. I need to get myself a Lions jacket. You know what the problem is? The room I do this in has all the curtains are closed so that the lightings are all normal. So it gets no sun. So I'm basically live streaming from a fridge. EW for Ewan. You have had a horrible day today. No options really, and then just sort of threw it forward to Steve Sartoria. So we're gonna have another scrum here. A bit messy start here to this of the second half. Does anybody know if Fred Zerling can play fullback? Because Fred Zerling, I mean, well, you know, Fred's having a bit of a mare. I don't think Manuel Rasp covers fullback. Or sort of in the centres. I reckon Jordan Henderson can operate at fullback, so I suppose you could Fred Zerling go to fly half and Hendrickson at fullback. He's been very good again today as Hendrickson. Has Vincent Stuka. I reckon we could see a very interesting battle for that Bok number 7 jersey between Outlaw and Vincent Stuka. Both very good players. And busy showing Shatuka's highlight reel. We'll try and pull up his stats, try and see what he's been operating at. He's been good today. Still a player, which I think he's kind of discriminated because he plays for the Lions. I think if he was doing what he was doing on other sides, you'd have a lot more attention on him. Look, I don't think you'd have as much opportunity to stand out. Who scored the try so far? We had a brilliant try by Rabs Maklana, who rounded away from Ewan and then chipped it and chased. A very nice try by Madosh Tamwe, very good finish, leaving EW for Ewan with a bit of a face plant. Lisa Koboka went over, and the Lions it was Ruben Schoolman scored the first try. So we've had two wings and 2 proper wing tries, and then we've had pick up and goes. So pretty standard tries between both sides. Javina Jacobs is on the field for the Bulls. Right, so this is Vincent Tutuka's game so far. He's made 7 carries, 4 defenders beaten, gaining 35 meters. He's made 5 tackles and missed 1. So a decent outing for the Lions, number 7. I'm going to restart with the scrum here. I must update my clock because obviously had 2 minutes that we weren't playing. As to Munster versus Bulls, I'd be happy for Benetton, but they get trounced. We all need a good competitive final, especially for what it does for the Pro 16. Yeah, I think Munster versus Bulls is the match that everybody wants to see. You know, Bulls versus Munster or Bulls versus Leinster. Oh, Zach Berger's going by himself. Has he got the pace? Out wide. Shavina Jacobs has just gone on. He's come inside. It's a very good covering tackle. I think it was Raz McLaren who made it. The Bulls right in the 22 on the front foot here against the Lions. They've got an advantage as well. Nice carry from Jan Krobelaar. No, man. I mean, how easy was that? Well, the Lions' defense parted like Moses in the ocean, and he just strolled through there. That was unbelievably easy. The Bulls hit the first points on the board, but really, is this EW for Yun again? He's totally there, and then Jordan Hendrickson's too busy going out wide to worry about the inside ball. Very good awareness from Chris Smith, who's dissected the defense. He's got a weird knack of scoring tries, as Chris Smith. For a fly half, he seemed to get over that touchline a lot. I mean, the initial break was from Zach Berger. It's very well played from the Bulls, but that Lions defense is horrible, isn't it? It really is. It's a bit abject, I think is the word. Also opening a packet of chips. I'm hungry. I don't know about you people. But I can't sound too nice in the stream. It's just such bad defending. Nobody even touched him. Good awareness by the fly half. Horrible defensive structure from the Lions. Right, so 26 points to 20. The Lions are now chasing the game. For the Lions, a good kick chase. They won possession, so they're suddenly on the attack. It's nice that they hit back here, even as a neutral perspective, to try and make this interesting. EW for Yun decides to straighten. He's going lateral. He's going lateral. He's going lateral. Mate, do something. Well, it's better from the Lions. Bit of ball retention here. Luka will carry it up. That's his 8th carry of the day. Well, Yun, what are you doing, mate? Just stop it. Just whatever you're doing, stop it. I mean, he's gone back inside there. He gained no meters and been brought down with pretty much no contribution. It's the second time he's done it as well. So the Lions making no meters here, going through the phases. They need something a bit special here. They need something to change. Low ball there from Andre Warner. And they've lost the ball. I mean, it's just so poor, isn't it? The Bulls have dominated. I mean, that's about the 7th or 8th turnover of the day from the Bulls. Lions have been turned and the ball for fine touch. And this is the problem. The Bulls are just grinding down the Lions. The Lions have no answer for this. Canacan saying, I could be wrong, but I figured as to why if Saffers are playing and not the European teams today, because whoever makes the final has to travel north, so it makes sense to get a week off later. It's because, I mean, even in the original schedule, the Lions, the SATs were scheduled to play this week and not the European teams too. I think it was for the European competitions. So, but as you said, well, we've got a week off later. Next week, the SA teams aren't playing. Very interested to see what happens with the traveling and the whole quarantining and stuff. Like, oh no, man, this is the last thing we need. The Carly Sardi is running off. I think I saw Ruan Drea come on. I don't know if it was for Carly Sardi. He's a loose head replacement today, but isn't actually. No, Carly Sardi's still on. So Ruan Drea is on for Pisa Tole as Berger Uendal decides to run it up, not go to the boot for the Lions. Now they go to the boot, but they can't kick it out. Earlier, the Stormers had shark curry for dinner. Yeah, I mean, they deserve to win. Dosh Tumwe now, he's looking to run it back towards the Lions, going quite laterally, but he's found a lot of space, and the Lions, once again, defense is opening up. It's too easy. It's too easy. The tackle is made by Hendrickson, but the follow-up from Chris Smith is good. And the Bulls on the 5 meter. And the Lions' defense is so poor. Bulls are 5 meters out. Marco Jansen from Furen goes himself. That goes over. It's so easy. It is so easy. That's David Creel's second, by the way, of the match. The Bulls are back over. They go to 31 points, and this is the problem. It's so difficult to be a Lions supporter because, I mean, Madosh Tumwe just strolled through the middle of the park, didn't he? It was so easy. And then they went down the blind side, sucked in 2 players. One to see the Similani asking for some support. I'm a bit confused. Yeah, I suppose couldn't. He was acting as the pillar, so Similani couldn't go for David Creel, or else Zach Berger could have got himself, and it's just too easy. It's just so easy, isn't it? Yeah, bad reading for Lions Sporters. It's 31 points to 20 with the kick to come. David Creel gets his second of the day. Well, the Lions have to keep themselves in the game. But the Bulls now really starting to extend the lead. I mean, this could be 13 points there difference. 13 points or 2 converted tries. And that's gone left, it's gone right, it's gone straight to the middle from Chris Smith. 33 points to 20, and the Lions just haven't come out to change him. It was so easy there. I'm going to look at Hendrick's stats. I don't want to be that guy. But I tell you what, this boy can play. And the reason I say it is because he made a fantastic tackle there on... that's another spilled forward from Stravino Jacobs. So I want to see a Similani. He picks the ball up, but the Lions are on the attack here. Morley Vandenberg's on the field as well. Andrea there. So the Lions bench not coming into it. I love that. Big call from Composure from the Lions. They want an advantage here. So can they hit back and get themselves... Oh, that's penalty there. The Lions are hitting back here. Hopefully try and make things a little bit interesting. The Lions are going for a scrum. I'm not sure this is the right decision. The Lions will just call a scrum here from the penalty. I mean, obviously you can't go for the 3, but I'm not sure I back our scrum. I mean, Andrea has just come on. Carlusari was struggling a little bit with injury. He's still on the park. Looks to be okay, but was struggling with injury a little bit earlier. The calling for the scrum is a big call. We've got time off here, by the way. But Jordan Hendrickson, 80% success rate, 10 kicks from hand, 10 points so far. 1 offload. 2 tackles made. 3 turnovers won by him. Decent effort. I think the Lions have found the replacement for Alton Yankees. Obviously there's Gianni Lombard, but he's currently done his ACL, so we don't know if he's gonna be able to come back from that. Vandenberg always makes a big difference. Very potent attacking and sniping. Big potential. I think he should be starting, to be honest. Look, I know Andre Warner was very good last weekend. Definitely proved me wrong because I wasn't really rating him. But I love Morley Vandenberg. For me, is in the mold of Faf de Klerk. Nice confrontational. Is very, very quick. It's a nice quick ball there. Adds a lot of intensity and a lot of pace to the game. I think between him and Jordan Hendrickson, they could become quite a nice little combination. Another reset here as the scrum went down. We can get my clock back up when we catch up. So it's 2 new props for the Bulls. Andrea on the loose head side. Carlos Sari still on. That's a big scrum from the Lions. They've got a penalty advantage. Morley Vandenberg snipes. Rushes off Zach Berger. Eventually gets brought up down by, I think it's Ron Nokia and Dwayne Vermeulen. But the Lions have got a penalty advantage here. It's a huge scrum. Their scrum deserved a lot of praise today. That's what's kept them in the game. And that time it was Ruan Dre who came through. The clock is... Yeah, sorry, I was waiting for them to catch up because there's a little bit ahead, so let me just sort that out. Lions on the attack here. Can we score some points? Tuka picks up and drives, makes a few meters. Still got an advantage. You guys have got an advantage. Get the backline involved. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't come off and you go back for the penalty. Willem Alberts was on the park as well. I was about to say that's a very large character. I didn't think we had any of those on the field. Right, so we're going back for the penalty. Jordan Henderson wants to accelerate, but I reckon the first thing the Lions are going to do is going to go back for the scrub. I mean, Drew Andre absolutely destroyed Mornay Smith there. I mean, Steenkamp, I mean. Go again. We go again. So the commentator is saying that the scrum's the wrong call here from the Lions. I don't think it is the wrong call. Because, they're saying that you won't scrum it over. Yes, you won't. But you have another big scrum and you get a penalty advantage. You can do whatever you want off the back of it. Your backline can try something. You can go back to the penalty. And if you keep getting these scrum penalties, you're going to see a card. So it's gone down there. We're going to have a reset here. I don't actually mind. I mean, the commentators are saying go for the line out, but the line out has not worked for the Lions. You can't go for the line out. The line out's not working. You can't go for the line out. So I would keep scrumming as well. Plus, you've already got the two new props. So let Carlos Sardi wear down Steenkamp for a while. And then when Asnat in Klabakanya comes on in probably about 10 minutes or so, he's got a nice tired prop that he can try and have a bit of a go at. So I don't mind this at all. The Lions are definitely still in this. If you can score a point, if you can score a try here, I just want to see competitive. I don't mind that the Lions can't compete with the Bulls. The Bulls have brought in as many players as the Lions have lost, which shows you how many players the Lions have lost. So I'm not saying I don't expect the Lions to compete just yet. But if you can be competitive, if these youngsters can put up a bit of fight and stuff like that, that's something we can work with as we have another reset. Scrums, top time is off. These scrum resets really are a problem, aren't there, in the game? We spend far too much time watching the scrum resets. It really needs to change. I don't know what needs to happen, but it needs to change because it's not good enough. You cannot be affording to lose 25, 30 minutes a game from various stoppages, which I reckon scrum resets count for at least 10 minutes here. But I think for the Lions, the plan here would be to get some scrum ascendancy, get the water one and see a Similani and see what he can do. That's what I would do. Well, 10 likes. Please do smash a like if you're watching. There's 48 of you. So if half of you smashed a like, we could get up to 20 likes. Also, we're 7 away from 1,400 subscribers. So I feel like between the 50 of you, if I reckon there's at least 7 of you that aren't subscribed. So right now, just do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Let's get up to 1,400. Much better scrum from the Bulls. There's a line out. I mean, that's an advantage for the Lions, though. Morne van den Berg's been wrapped up and driven back. So the Lions don't really have go forward ball here. But the Lions will keep going. They got an advantage here, so and that ball's been dislodged. So we'll go back for the penalty. So surely, the Lions have to make a decision here. I think they either have to go to the corner and try line out, or they've got to try and tap this quickly because at the moment the scrum's not really working. Ah, there we go. We're up to 1396. So we need 4 more. Surely there are 4 more people to subscribe and get up to 1,400. Surely. Yeah, here we go. Lions going for the line now. Not sure. Oh, it's so sketchy. No, not 59 there. We're 58. 20. The Lions going to the line out now, which is a big call because the line has been fairly horrific all game. But, hey. What's the worst thing that can happen? You lose the ball, go back. Bulls will score. Who knows? Right, number 1, win the line out. Check. MJ Pulser! MJ Pulser! He's over! The Lions hit back. Oh, fair enough. I mean, why didn't you guys do that 5 minutes ago if it was going to be that easy? Vincent Tuka went up. He went down. MJ Pulser was there. Ran a good line. And got himself into a very good body position because he kind of just rode the tackle and he had his arms free, so he kind of just went down. Stepped inside Zach Berger, got wrapped up by, I think it's Steenkamp, but eventually goes over. No issues there. The kick to come, 25 points to 33. And we've got a bit of a game on our hands here. He scored last week. He scored again. I've actually been very impressed with MJ Palser. A nice find for the Lions. And the Lions do get reward for their extended period inside the Bulls half. I really need to get a new chair. This chair like collapses up and collapses down all the time. Very nice kick there from Jordan Hendrickson. So, yeah, please do continue watching. Please see if we can try and, if anybody wants to support the channel and send a super chat, it's going straight towards a new bloody chair because this chair is horrendous. Good try, yeah, 27 points to 33. We've got a game on our hands. The important thing for, oh my goodness, MJ Pulse, that's not a great look. He's got 4 tissues hanging out of his nose. Well, I suppose rugby's never been a particularly pretty game, so he can wear it. Right, so last 20 minutes basically, the Lions almost made a hash of that. The ball has stayed in miraculously. Morten van den Berg was almost bundled until touch, but the Lions have managed to keep the ball inside. They've got possession here. It's a big counter up from the Bulls once again, and the Lions are just guilty of not seeing this ball out correctly. It's eventually available from the Lions. Morten van den Berg, he somehow managed to get down there. You've got Asanate and Klabakanya. Yes, a big man. He's on the field there. They're pretending to protect the ball here. But the Bulls have been so good at the breakdown. They've just caused disruption after disruption. Jordan Henderson now will clear. Got a nice boot, so he finds touch. That'll probably be towards the halfway line. A nice touch finder. Oh, he's got a bit of cramp here. Has the Lions number 10. That's the last thing we need. He's been so good today. We don't need him to go off at all. He's going to have to go off here, chaps. He's cars on for the Bulls. What a nice player to be able to bring on. Onabota injured. Marcel Coetzee not involved, and you can still bring the car off the bench. I mean, come on. You've got financial fair play in football. Surely we can bring in just talent fair play. You can't be bringing off Dwayne Vermeulen to bring on the car despite not having Marcel Coetzee and Onabota not available. It's just not fair, is it? Well, the Bulls Moore is good. Yeah, I said half Bulls Moore was busy trekking towards the try line, but the ball itself was pulled back, and it's a penalty to the Lions. I mean, I think 3 or 4 Bulls players were trotting off towards the try line despite not having the ball involved. But I think it's Asanate and Klabakanya, the young tight head, who's actually won the penalty. He is massive. I'd love to see what his official weight is. It was him and Sazi Sunday, who were the 2 junior box in the under-20 World Cup. Sazi Sunday went to St Andrews. I actually interviewed him and watched him a few times down in Grahamstown. And Klabakanya, 22 years old, he's just turned 22, gets over that ball, and I mean, you're not moving him. Yeah, I mean, Wikipedia's got him down at 138 kgs. 22 years old, 138 kgs. He is an absolute unit. The Lions not going for the more. Berger Unda with some front foot ball, stepping inside of Markov and Staden. Quick ball here from Morten van den Berg, but it's well read. I think it's and they've lost the penalty. You know, this is what I'm saying. How many turnovers have been won by the Bulls? The Lions have been so poor at protecting the ball. I mean, it's fantastic by Ruben Nokia. He wrapped up Morten van den Berg, read it like a book, got over him, got his hands on there, and forced the penalty. But the Lions have been so bad looking after possession on the ground. Badker Smith had made a mistake there. He doesn't find touch. I want to see a similar. He doesn't kick a lot of the time. So let's see what he can do. That's actually a brilliant result. He was shaping up to run, then saw some bit of space. He's looked up, but he's actually pinned the Bulls back right towards their 22. Right, so the Bulls have a line on their 22. Turnovers 1, 7 by the Bulls, 2 from the Lions. That's the problem. Got to be better at the breakdown. The Bulls are brilliant at the breakdown. When you've got Markov and Staden there, Bruno Nokia, I think, has 1-2 turnovers. The Bulls win the line out there. Trying to set up a ball. Was going forward, but stopping now. There we go, gaining a little bit of momentum. Skulky Rasmus is on the field. Some more momentum from the Bulls, so this maul is still going. It's eventually broken apart, but it will be available. Nizam Carl takes it up and uses it. So Zach Berger now shaping to kick, so he'll give possession back to the Lions. Playing a bit of a territory game. Bulls with a 6-point lead with 15 minutes to go. Contestable up and under. Very good take from Courtnall Kassan. Under pressure from Madosh Tambo, who makes the tackle. Wayne van den Berg decides we're going to go down the blind side. And Fred Zailing was on the park, I think in place of Jordan Hendrickson, who had another very good game. The ball squirts up, and Wayne van den Berg is there to clean up under a lot of pressure. Now he was the tackler and he hasn't rolled away. So it's a penalty to the Bulls, but I'm not convinced about that. There's no release there. That really frustrates me. So that's the 8th turnover from the Bulls, but I don't think there's any release there from Zach Berger. Morne van den Berg gets wrapped up, and Zach Berger just sort of falls on him. Never releases. The second player comes in. He's the last player. That's fine. But I don't think there's a release. I'm pretty sure it's Zach Berger that doesn't release him. Always a bit of a sort of sketchy area, though. So Chris Smith is going to shape for a kick here, try and turn that 6-point lead into a 9-point lead, which I think is a sign of respect to the Lions. I think the Bulls understand that they're under a bit of pressure here. Big kick here from Chris Smith. If he gets this, the Lions have to try and score 2 tries. But he does miss it. So the score remains 33 points to 27. The Lions will restart with a 22. 14 minutes to go. Still not enough time for the Lions to make a push here, but they need a converted try. 1 try is not enough. Even 2 penalties only gets them level. Lions go deep. Albert Lowe cleans up. Is brought down, so the ball's back in the Lions' half. And the Lions have turned that over. It's a very good turnover there. Fred Zailing is on. They give it to Wanasila Similani. He's got a bit of space out wide. Akwana, trying to bring that ball inside, loses it forward, and the Bulls now trying to counter. David Creel, but it's been charged down by Vincent Shatuka, and it's a knock-on from the Bulls. So the Lions are going to have a scrum inside the Bulls' half. A bit of a messy play there, a bit of everywhere, but some good pressure by Vincent Shatuka has put the Bulls on the back foot. So that's McQuarrie acknowledging the tackle coming in, trying to get that ball back over the top, knocks it forward, and then Albert Lowe knocks it on under pressure from Asenat and Klabakanya, and that's the knock-on that we're going back to see. So the Lions will have it put in at the scrum. They're inside the Bulls' half. But I think we've got a captain's challenge here from Nizam Kar, who obviously takes the captaincy over from Dwayne van Buren, who went off. A lot of people don't like the captain's challenge. I kind of tend to agree. I think it does slow down the game. Also, we're 4 away from 1,400 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, please do smash that subscribe button right now. Let's get up to 1,400 before the end of the game. We've got 13 minutes to do it. I mean, I think it's going to be a penalty for the Bulls. Courtnall Kassan, who gets guilty of going a little bit high here. It's shoulder to shoulder. He's trying to wrap up the ball, which he does. That's where the turnover comes from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see, common sense. So it is a bit high. Cortland Scorsano is going for the ball. In going for the ball, he's made contact shoulder to shoulder. And the TMO said it's a rugby collision. And that is I love that word. That is actually a fantastic word. We don't see enough of that. A rugby collision. There will always be collisions, which are a little bit high or a little bit dangerous or a little bit 50-50. It's part of the sport. The intention was to go for the ball. He did go for the ball. There was no contact with the shoulder to the head. So it wasn't foul play. It's a rugby collision. I love that term. So we start with a scrum here, but I think a bit of sanity prevailed. That's the second time today we've seen a bit of logic coming into it. You know, we can't just say, right, well, it's shoulder, slightly shoulder, it's high tackle, penalty, yellow card, off the field. You've got to bring a little context into it. And that idea of a rugby collision is a brilliant one. So the Lions with the scrum here, it's a nice big effort. It's tailing around. They've got an advantage. And they've got a penalty. Another big scrum from the Lions. And they'll kick towards the corner here. So the Lions are just doing well enough to keep themselves in it. I mean, whether they can go all the way, we'll have to wait and see. But they've definitely put in a really big shift today. I think deserves a lot of respect. I'm not just saying as a Lions fan, but I think, let's be honest, it's a very young Lions side. And they're going toe to toe. They're going for why are you going for 3 points? I mean, yeah, getting to within the one try is difference, but hey, you reckon we're getting back down there? I'm not sure we're getting back down there. I mean, it's 68 minutes. I mean, we've got 12 minutes, I suppose, but I reckon, yeah, I would have gone for the full 5, full 7. I think the Bulls, I see the Bulls scoring more points, whether it's a penalty or something. And Fraser Ellinger misses it. I mean, I said I didn't like the option, and when you miss it, it makes... Oh, you could have gone to the corner. You could have tried to score a try. Be brave. Clinton Swartz on for Marco Jansen from Furen. I think that was the wrong decision. I think that was such a waste. You had a penalty. You had some go-forward ball. You had a bit of pressure. Kick to the corner and say, right, you're under pressure. We're scoring against you. We're going to score against you again. But no, we go for the points, and then you miss it, and you throw a pass like that, Fred Zalinger. You can get right back off the field. Berger Undahl, the captain, he's still going. He's got himself back into the Bulls' half. Mr. Link Park said, take a drink and relax. I'd love to. It's just frustrating, when you can see that you can potentially do something here and they just don't. It's just frustrating. So Milani with a nice little run in there. He always seems to find meters. I don't think I've ever seen him run into someone. He always kind of gets on the outside. High tackles, the Lions got an advantage there. Kane saying there have been mixed opinions here about having the 4 SA's teams in Pro 14. I think it's a potential gold mine. Why not play against some of SA's best? I'm not sure where here is, but I'm going to assume it's in Europe. I know. I mean, apparently that they're not particularly happy we're coming. I mean, I think I'm very excited. I think there's a lot of excitement here about us going to Europe. And I agree. I don't know why. I mean, you're bringing a very, very big audience. I mean, there's a huge SA audience for rugby. And you're going to bring that to Europe. And suddenly, being in the Pro 14 as well, teams like the Italian teams are suddenly going to have a lot more spectators. I'm surely the broadcast revenue increases with bringing the SA teams in there. You've got 55 million people in South Africa. So teams like Benetton, suddenly you could have a much bigger audience. I mean, all these sort of teams that can have more sort of exposure. I don't know why there's any sort of resistance. In Ireland, there we go. So maybe the people in Ireland aren't happy because we might be coming for the Irish sort of dominance in the Pro 14. I think it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for it. We get to see more players across more Europe. We get to play in Europe, get to play in different conditions. I think it's a win-win-win-win-win. Meanwhile, the Lions are mauling here with an advantage. They got themselves up to about 10 meters away. Now, Asanati and Klabakanya goes on a run. Good tackle there from Nizam Kar. Ruben Skuman now puts his head down. Lions have got an advantage here, so they can really do what they want. It's a good carry there from Ruan Dre. A nice hit on them from Clinton Swart. A fair challenge on the ground, so we'll go back for the penalty. So the Lions, with 9 minutes to go, suddenly on the Bulls' doorstep. Right, so Fred Zailing will knock us into touch. Keepers, you almost put that in behind the blooming try line. I would have freaked out if you did that. My goodness. Right, Johannes on for Berger. So it's obviously an injury to Ambrose Papier. So, and the Lions have dropped it. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Okay, it's a knock on by the Bulls. We'll go back for the scrum. I thought the Lions had completely stuffed it up. The Lions lineup has been atrocious today. I'd rather one of you win it if it shuts up all the annoying Leinster fan base. Well, that's what somebody else said. They're saying it'll be really nice to seeing, change a bit of dominance. I think that's the point. Because I think the Bulls, I'm sorry, this Bulls side, I think, walk into their Pro 16 and says, listen, Leinster, listen, Munster, we are up here to win the trophy. I think the other F3 SA sides are a little bit off the pace, but I think that they'll be competitive. Grant Swartz, I'll never get used to seeing the Zamkara Bulls jersey. I'm surprised his family did disown them. They must have probably considered it, especially because Stormers fans are loyal. Hey, they don't appreciate players leaving. I think he's been a brilliant signing from the Bulls, and I would have him anywhere, to be honest. I think he walks into any union. Maybe not their starting lineup, but he brings so much experience. Okay, so 72 minutes. Let me just fix the clock. So just under 7 minutes to play. The Lions are on the 5-meter line with a scrum. Can they get a try? The thing is, the try line, no, it has to be a converted try. So Fred Zailing is going to have to convert if they score here. That'll put them in the lead, and then they have to defend for 5 minutes. The big scrum from the Bulls. Get it up, Morne van den Berg. Gotta get it up, Morne van den Berg. It's spiraling, so we're going to have another reset. This is not looking good here from the Lions. The Bulls suddenly, all of a sudden, have learned how to scrum. Morne van den Berg needs to get this underneath the hooker's feet, and he needs to get it out. Having said that, I think we missed a penalty there for the Lions there, because it looked like, I think it's Morne Smith on that side who went down. Had his knee on the floor. Come, big scrum here, chaps. Big scrum here, chaps. Much better scrum from the Lions. Very solid. Morne van den Berg uses it. He goes himself. Cornels Kosan goes. Come on, almost there. Big ball from Morne van den Berg. Fred Zeilinger. Fred Zeilinger. Fred Zeilinger. Come on. Come on. 32 points to 33. The Lions head back. You heard it here first. I said we were going to be competitive. I said this was our day to try and do something. Fred Zeilinger goes over. Of course he goes over. I've been so critical of him for the last couple of weeks, and he had to be the one to go and score it. Clinton Swartz gets it so wrong. Burger Undal runs a dummy run, and Clinton Swartz cleans him out. And then a quick ball, and Fred Zeilinger goes over. Come on, the chaps. Come on, the chaps. Can we defend for 6 minutes? Oh, you probably can't. You know that. Oh, my word. It's the small things in life when it comes to being a Lions fan these days. It's the small things in life. Let's be honest. As all the neutrals are surely rooting the Lions here. You know, surely. Warren Whiteley appreciated. My guy Warren. Kick easy, going. 34 points to 33. Just catch it. Just catch it. And don't try and spend freaking 5 minutes trying to wind the clock down. That's what we did wrong last time. Oh, my living. We haven't had something to celebrate in so long. Can we do it? Can we do it? Okay, rule number 1. Take the kick. Yes, Courtnall. Rule number 2. Protect it. Yes, chaps. Woo! 5 minutes, here we go. Fred Zeilinger. Oh, his touch finders are so bad. Oh, it's a decent touch finder. The ball's taken quickly. Defensive line. Defensive line. They're playing the territory game here. They've turned Cornels Kosan. Fred Zeilinger. Touch, 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 touch. Another good touch lined up. Yes, better, Fred. Better, Fred. Grant Swartz saying, genetically, I can't support the Bulls. Agreed. Theodoros Portkita says, way to go, Lions. Oh, surely we can do it. Surely we can do it. I might have to celebrate this like I celebrated the Curry Cup victory a few years ago when we won it. Come on, man. 4.5 minutes. Do something special, you. Hopelessly run Union. The Lions have to try and spend 4.5 minutes defending and not conceding a penalty. Bulls trying to save more, but it's going backwards. Use it once. There it is. And they've been driven back, so they have to use it. Yeah, so here comes the Bulls back line. Oh, I thought he was going to drop that. Come on, Asanati. So the Bulls powering it up. It's good defense here. They're on the halfway line. They're going wide. Cornel Hendricks. The solid tackle there. I don't know who that is. Manny Russell's on. Bulls back in their own half. Very good defense by the Lions. Keep them there. They can spend the next 2.5 minutes. They can spend the next 2.5 years there. Taping for the kick. Giannis goes up. Josh Tumway is chasing. They've tried to cordon him off. Good take by Wandasia Similani. He gets away from him as well. Run yourself out of danger. Where's the support? Thank you. Hey, Asanati, chill. We've got time. Fred Zellinger playing the territory game. Smith goes up. Hey, just catch it. Just catch the damn ball. There's nobody around you. That's it, Fred. Good stuff. Mornay. Protect him. He's small. Protect him. Yeah, well done, Asanati. Come on, chaps. Zellinger kicking in behind. Oh, he's knocked it on. Yes, come on. David Creel, shame. He's a very good player, but he's knocked it on. Then I'm going to celebrate that like a massive victory. The Kiwis must be wishing they didn't ditch here. Bugger the Kiwis. Give this man a sub, spending his time to give us game info. Right now, I'm just enjoying the game, to be honest. David Creel getting that slightly wrong, knocking it forward. Is this the moment? Are the Lions getting onto the board? Come on. Well, I'll finish the beer there. Okay, time is off. We've got less than 2.5 minutes. The time is 77:42 officially. This is the biggest scrum of the day. Asanati, Ruandrea. I'm assuming we've got PJ Buerta on. I actually haven't been noticing, to be honest. Yep. Oh, Willems there. PJ, come on, chaps. Big scrum here. Win the scrum, win the penalty. 22 years old. Come on, man, chaps. If nothing else, this blows the competition wide open. Big scrum here, chaps. The time is... Put the time on, Marius. Put the time on. Bonus point victory against the Bulls. Can you imagine? Reset. I'll take resets. For the first time in my life, I will take resets. Let's wind this clock nice and down. Couple of resets. Take a breath. Asanati, have a drink, chap. Like a cocktail, would you like a beer? We've got time. Get that clock. They've stopped the clock. Two minutes and 3 seconds. Surely we can hold out. Surely. Give me a reason to go and drink a lot of beer later. Give me that reason. For a good reason. I mean, look, the Lions will drive you to drink, but usually in a bad way the last few games. Give me a good reason to go and drink some beer later. Time is back on. Solid platform. Right, Mornay, what are you going to do here? This is going to be Burger Undal. Yeah. Run it up. Protect him. Get those knees to the floor. That's it. Sean B, worried about Steven's health. So hold on again. Don't go there, Sean. It's not happening. We're doing it this. No, stop. Don't do this. Yeah, I mean, this is what we did last week, and then we stuffed it up. An advantage. There it is. There it is. Have a crack. Have a crack. No, Yakovasaki's still on. They've told PJ Buerta, sorry, chap, we're all about the victory here. Us and Untitled Chapter Kanye just gets wrapped up. We've got an advantage. Come on, chaps. Well, there we go. Less than a minute, which means that Fred Zalinger. We want to see a Similani. Inside, outside. Go, Similani. Go, Courtnell. Come on, chaps. Come on, the buggers. You heard it here first. I said on the last stream, we're taking this game. We're taking this game. I love Asnati and Clavercan. He keeps getting the ball and he keeps looking at them and says, come hit me. And as they hit him, he just goes down and just plays the ball. I love it. I love it. If I was playing against him, I'd hate it, but I love it. Come on. 10 seconds. I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard. It says advantage and a whole bunch of different things. There's the hooter. There's the hooter. There's the hooter. And they've turned it over. Surely not. Oh, it's a penalty. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Hey, Fred Zalinger, you tap this and you put it to touch. The Lions beat the Bulls 34 points to 33. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Welcome to Fortress Ellis. We'll take that. In all seriousness, what a game. What a game. 34 points to 33, 25 points to 22 earlier. Another brilliant weekend of Rainbow Cup. Look what it means to the youngsters. A brilliant effort. Brilliant. The boys. The boys. Come on. No, that's fantastic. What a game. What a weekend of rugby. And thank you very much for tuning in. We've 72 people. Please do smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's a great game. Looks like Jimmy's Nine's code worked for the Lions. Yeah, you see. Shout out to Jimmy Nine. What a game. There's nothing else to say. What a game. Well done for the Lions. Thanks for your commentary. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much to everybody who's come and hung out. We're going to have to unfortunately take a 2-week break for the live streams. We'll only be back here with Rainbow Cup action in about 2 weeks' time. So we'll see you then. Obviously, going to have a review up quite quickly. And then we're going to be doing Team of the Week. We're going to be doing 5 Things Learned. We're going to be doing reviews. Start building up for the Lions tour as well. So lots of cool content coming up. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash a like. Thank you everybody for hanging out in the comments and stuff like that. It's been another great day of rugby. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.